Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Tomorrow you have Sunday online test of science. Do you know the portion? Do you know the chapter which will be asked in your exam?
Yes, ma'am.
I had written it on the WhatsApp group. It is microorganisms, friends or foes. So today you will revise chapter microorganisms, friends or foes. Okay? All of you should know that microorganisms are very tiny organisms which cannot which cannot be seen by our naked eyes. We need microscope to see them. Okay? And in biology there is a separate branch in which we study about microorganisms. This branch is called microbiology. Okay, children? Micro means very small. Organism means living things. Like, you know, many organisms which are present around you. All plants, animals, bacteria, virus, fungus, algae, all these are present around you, and some organisms you can see with your eyes, and some organisms which you cannot see by your naked eyes are called microorganisms. Micro means very tiny, very small. Microorganisms are also called microbes.
Organism of friends और foes आ रहा है ना?
Yes. On this Sunday you will be asked questions from this chapter. That is why today I decided to revise this chapter. And there are different groups of microorganisms like bacteria, fungus, algae, protozoans, etc. All of you know the examples of bacteria like Staphylococci, Lactobacillus. These are the bacteria, and examples of protozoans also you know, like these are microorganisms. Okay? In algae you have seen Chlorella, Spirogyra. These are microorganisms. Fungus also you know, Rhizopus, bread mold, and Agaricus, that is called mushroom. These are fungus. Okay, children? And in this chapter you will see that microorganisms are divided into 4 groups: bacteria, algae, fungus and protozoans. Examples also you have seen. Now very important question is, why viruses are considered at the borderline of living and non-living? Because sometimes they exhibit the property of living and sometimes they exhibit the property of non-living thing. So they are at the borderline of living and non-living. When they are floating in the air, when they are on the knob of the door, they behave as non-living. They can be crystallized and can be stored in jar. Okay, children? And when they enter the host cell, when viruses enter the host cell, they start to reproduce, and you know that reproduction is one of the most important characteristics of living things. So when virus is outside the host cell, it behaves as non-living, and when it enters the host cell, it starts to reproduce. It shows the sign of characteristic of living. So scientists consider them at the borderline of living and non-living. Did you understand, children? Very important question. Today you are reading chapter microorganisms, important things from this chapter, because tomorrow you have online test of this chapter. Okay? Now you know, children, microorganisms are friends as well as foes. Why they are friends? because they are very useful for us. They are useful in making food items like idli, dosa, bread. Okay. In all these process, fermentation method is used. What is fermentation? In yeast, anaerobic respiration takes place. Means the yeast respires in absence of oxygen and sugar breaks down into ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. So this ethyl alcohol is useful for making alcoholic beverage. Microorganisms like yeast is useful for making alcoholic beverage, and it is also used to make the batter of idli and dosa fluffy and spongy, because during this fermentation process carbon dioxide is produced that increases the volume of the dough. Am I clear, children? So what is fermentation? Very important. Did you understand fermentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So in yeast anaerobic respiration takes place and the sugar breaks down. Sugar breaks down into ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy is produced. This ethyl alcohol is used in making alcoholic beverage, and carbon dioxide increases the volume of the dough and makes the batter fluffy and spongy. We can make bread, idli, dosa fluffy and spongy by this fermentation process. Fermentation process is useful in making alcoholic beverage also. And you have seen, children, many other food items like cheese and curd is also made by microorganisms. Bacteria lactobacillus is useful for converting milk into curd. So for making food items, microorganisms are very useful. They are also useful in the treatment of sewage and industrial waste. This process is called bioaugmentation. Okay, did you remember, children, this topic, bioaugmentation?
Yes, ma'am.
याद किए थे?
Yes, ma'am.
So bioaugmentation means bacteria are useful. Okay, some bacteria are useful in the treatment of sewage and industrial waste. This process is called bioaugmentation, and industrial waste is called effluent. Microorganisms are useful in the production of fuel like ethanol, ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH, that is produced during fermentation process, and that is a very good fuel. And you have seen, children, that methane is also produced in biogas reactor, and that methane is also a good fuel. So they are useful in fuel production. Okay, and you have seen they are useful in food, agriculture, immunity through vaccination. Once again I sum up. Microorganisms are very useful, so they are our friends. How they are useful? They are useful in making food items like milk is converted into curd by lactobacillus bacteria, and cheese is also made by microorganisms. Microorganism also plays important role in making idli, dosa, bread, etc. These things are made fluffy and spongy by a process called fermentation. Fermentation, what is fermentation? In yeast is a fungus. Anaerobic respiration takes place, and due to anaerobic respiration, the sugar breaks down and produces alcohol, ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. And this ethyl alcohol is useful for making alcoholic beverage. And this carbon dioxide increases the volume of the dough and makes the idli, dosa fluffy and spongy. So microorganisms are useful in making food item. They are also useful in boosting the immunity. Nowadays, children, you listen about COVID-19. Nowadays vaccine is given. What is this vaccine? Vaccine is a suspension of killed or weakened microorganism. Okay, and it produces antibody in our body and we are protected from the diseases. Antibodies are the protective proteins which provides immunity to our body and we can be protected by different diseases. So vaccines are also produced by microorganisms. Now antibiotics are also produced by microorganisms. What are antibiotics, children?
Antibiotics are
Yes, very good. Very good. Antibiotics are the chemicals which inhibits the growth of microorganisms by affecting their life process. Okay? Or you can say antibiotics are the chemicals which kills the microorganisms without killing the cell of our body. And these antibiotics are produced from bacteria and fungi. Okay, children? Now, can you name some antibiotics? Can you?
Penicillin obtained from tetracycline and
Erythromycin. Yes. Penicillin is produced from Penicillium notatum. It is a fungus. And tetracycline, erythromycin, all these are the antibiotics. And these antibiotics are produced from bacteria and fungi. So you have seen that microorganisms are useful in different fields, like in agriculture also you have read that microorganisms are biological nitrogen fixer. Plants cannot use atmospheric nitrogen and these biological nitrogen fixer, they convert atmospheric nitrogen into salt of nitrogen and plants can use it as a fertilizer. Okay, which microorganism? Like rhizobium, which is a bacteria, or blue green algae, that is also called cyanobacteria. Okay, these microorganisms are biological nitrogen fixer because they convert atmospheric nitrogen into salt of nitrogen and plants can use it as fertilizer. Am I clear, children? So microorganisms are useful in agriculture also. They are useful in fuel production like methane and ethanol. These are the fuels which are produced by microorganisms. Anything is left, children? Sewage treatment also I discussed. Then in health also microorganisms are also very useful. Agriculture also. Cleaning the environment. Microorganisms are the decomposers. When you will read food chain, you will see producer, consumer, decomposer. Okay, these decomposers act on dead and decaying matter and they also add nutrients in the soil. So they clean our environment as well as they make the soil fertile also by adding nutrient. Am I clear? Now I am saying that microorganisms are our foes. Foes means enemies. How they are enemies? Because they are harmful. They produce harmful substances in our body called toxins, due to which we fall sick. Okay, there are two types of diseases, communicable and non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are the diseases that is spread from infected person to healthy person. Like if somebody is suffering from cough and cold in your house, any member of your family, then one by one other family members may also suffer from it because this disease is communicable. When the patient coughs or sneezes, the droplets come out and these droplets contain virus and this virus cling to the dust particle. It comes in the air and when the healthy person inhales the air, that virus enters the body and the healthy person also becomes sick. That is communicable disease. Non-communicable disease is not transmitted from infected person to healthy person. Like if any member of your family suffers from diabetes, then the other member do not start to suffer because this disease is due to lack of insulin hormone. Any deficiency disease like night blindness, beriberi, scurvy. These diseases are not transmitted. They are confined to the patient only. So these are non-communicable diseases. Any problem, children?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay. Now, microorganisms are our foes. Why they are our foes? Because they cause diseases. I told you how disease is caused due to production of toxins in our body. Toxins are the harmful materials. Now, tables are given in your book which are very important. Infectious diseases caused by microorganisms. These microorganisms cause various diseases in plants, animals, human beings. Firstly, you read about human being. Bacteria may cause many diseases in human being like tetanus, typhoid, cholera, okay, TB, tuberculosis, diphtheria, etc. And virus may also cause many diseases like chickenpox, polio, measles, influenza, common cough and cold. These diseases are caused by virus. Rabies also, rhabdovirus. AIDS also, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. These diseases are caused by virus. Next is fungus may also cause diseases like ringworm and athlete's foot. And last one is protozoan that also cause diseases like sleeping sickness and amoebic dysentery and the other diseases, giardiasis, kala jar, malaria. All diseases are caused by protozoan. Am I clear, children? You will memorize name of the diseases and the causative organism. Now, how these diseases are transmitted? मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन, मेथड्स ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन, कैसे ये डिजीज फैलते हैं. दिस डिजीजेज आर ट्रांसमिटेड. वन एग्जाम्पल आई हैव गिवन यू थ्रू एयर. जैसे कॉमन कफ एंड कोल्ड, टीबी है ना. इसमें क्या होता है, जैसे ही पेशेंट खांसता है उसके मुंह से जो निकलता है ड्रॉपलेट, उसमें माइक्रोब रहता है और वो एयर में आता है और फिर उसी से वो फैलता है. तो फर्स्ट यू हैव सीन दैट दिस डिजीज इज ट्रांसमिटेड थ्रू एयर. Next you will see some diseases are transmitted through water like jaundice, typhoid, cholera, etc. Next is soil. This disease is transmitted. Soil may also transmit disease, that is tetanus. And sometimes insect may also transmit disease. जैसे आप देखे हैं ना, पढ़े हैं मलेरिया. Malaria is caused by protozoan plasmodium, but it is transmitted through female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, dengue, it is also transmitted through what? Mosquito. Okay, Aedes mosquito. So rabies, it is transmitted through dog, monkey, है ना. तो यही है आपका टेबल. Now how can we prevent the diseases? Prevention of diseases. कैसे रोक सकते हैं डिजीज को? एज यू नो प्रिवेंशन इज बेटर देन क्योर. अगर हम कुछ सावधानी बरतें तो हम बीमारी नहीं पड़ेंगे, तो हमको बीमारी को ठीक करने की कोई आवश्यकता ही नहीं होगी. ठीक है बच्चों. तो क्या करना है बीमारी को रोकने के लिए? यू शुड मेंटेन पर्सनल हाइजीन, है ना. अपने आप को साफ सुथरा रखिए. एवरी डे टेक योर बाथ, ट्रिम योर नेल रेगुलरली. Okay, wash your hand before taking your food. These are the methods of personal hygiene. Then community hygiene. Keep your surrounding neat and clean. ऐसा नहीं कि घर का कचरा निकाले बगल में रख दिए, नहीं. What will happen when you will put your garbage nearby your house, in your surrounding? Many flies, cockroach will sit over it, and they may transmit many diseases. So keep your surrounding also neat and clean. That is called community hygiene. Okay, personal hygiene and community hygiene is very important. Maintenance of personal hygiene and maintain your community hygiene. Use mosquito repellent. Many diseases are caused due to mosquito. So don't allow the mosquito to breed nearby your house. For that you can use your mosquito repellent like Odomus, Good Night, Mortein, etc. Use mosquito net or mosquito repellent. Better to use mosquito net. Okay. Mosquito net is preferable because it does not produce anything after use. Then vaccination. Nowadays you see many people are being vaccinated. Why? To prevent the disease COVID-19. Burning example is in front of you. So vaccination also prevents many diseases. Name of the diseases that can be prevented by vaccine you should memorize, like TB, polio, mumps, tetanus. Am I clear? So vaccination method is very useful for prevention of disease and proper disposal of waste and using disinfected water. After using disinfected water and proper disposal of waste, we can prevent disease like cholera. Okay. So what are the methods of prevention of diseases?